You arrive in Portland expecting bridges, bikes, indie bookstores, and craft coffee. The city's quirky charm and progressive spirit are everywhere. Food trucks, lush parks, and a vibe that's proudly weird. But another Portland is impossible to ignore, especially downtown. Tents line sidewalks, people push shopping carts filled with their lives, and the sounds of the street are ever present. This is a city grappling with a visible homelessness crisis. The contrast is stark: vibrant neighborhoods beside encampments, prosperity beside struggle. Questions arise: is it safe? Why are so many unhoused? Compassion mixes with confusion and discomfort. You see a woman arranging blankets on a steam grate, a young man with a dog and a sign, families huddled in vans. Their stories are complex, shaped by forces beyond easy explanation. These realities coexist, shaping the city's atmosphere as much as the scent of roses in June. This essay is for travelers who want to understand, not just see. We'll explore the human side of the crisis, the reasons it's so deep here, and how it affects everyone: residents, business owners, and visitors. Portland is more than its problems, but to know it now, you must look at its challenges with open eyes. The city is struggling, but it's also fighting, wounded yet resilient. To truly experience Portland, you have to see both its beauty and its pain. The journey starts with acknowledging both realities. Only then can you understand the heart of the Rose City, and maybe find hope in its resilience. Meet James, a former cook now living in a tent near the Burnside Bridge. He lost his job during the pandemic, then his savings, then his home. He misses hot showers and locking his own door at night. He has a daughter. He doesn't want to see him like this, a reminder of how close many are to the edge. Then there's Sarah, in her 20s, sitting with her dog Buddy near Pioneer Courthouse Square. Mental health struggles and a broken system led her here. Shelters felt unsafe. The streets offered a strange freedom. She feels invisible, but Buddy keeps her going. There's also a family of 4 sleeping in their minivan, the parents working but unable to afford rent. They do homework by phone light, wash up in public restrooms, and live in constant fear of losing their children. These stories are just a few among thousands: veterans, students, artists, laborers, all with unique paths to the street. Homelessness isn't a character flaw. It's the result of personal and societal failures. The crisis is not a monolith, but a chorus of individual struggles. To humanize the issue, you have to listen. Each person's story is a reminder. This could happen to anyone. Their presence is not a choice, but a last resort. The streets are their final stop on a long, hard road, and their voices deserve to be heard. A tent on a Portland sidewalk is more than shelter. It's a fragile claim to space and privacy. Inside are the remnants of a life: a sleeping bag, a photo, a book. For the unhoused, it's a home, a statement. I am here. For residents and business owners, tents symbolize a breakdown of public order and a crisis that feels overwhelming. They worry about safety, sanitation, and access to their storefronts. The frustration is real, as is the compassion. For travelers, tents disrupt the curated experience, forcing an encounter with uncomfortable realities. The sight of tent cities beside luxury apartments creates cognitive dissonance. How can so much wealth and poverty coexist? The tent becomes a focal point for questions about inequality and the city's future. Its weight is immense. It holds a person's life, a community's anxiety, and a visitor's conscience. It's not just nylon and poles. It's the story of Portland's crisis. Understanding what a tent represents is the first step toward empathy. It's a nexus of human experience, policy failure, and social tension. To see the tent is to see the city's struggle, and to ask, what can be done? The answer starts with understanding. Portland's crisis is the result of a perfect storm. The city's popularity drove up housing demand. Rents soared, wages lagged, and affordable options vanished. Many working people simply can't afford a place to live. Addiction, especially to opioids and meth, is rampant. Oregon's drug decriminalization aimed to shift focus to treatment, but the system wasn't ready. Treatment remains out of reach for many. Mental illness is another key factor. Decades of underfunding left many without support. Shelters can't meet the needs of those with severe conditions, so the streets become the last resort. Portland's tolerant culture and mild climate have drawn people seeking refuge, adding to the strain on services. The city's compassionate identity is both a strength and a challenge. The result, a crisis that's visible, complex, and deeply rooted. There's no single cause and no easy fix, but understanding the roots is essential to finding solutions. Only then can real change begin. Portland's visible homeless crisis shapes how the world sees the city. Headlines in social media paint a picture of disorder, deterring some tourists and conventions. The impact ripples through hotels, restaurants, and attractions, businesses that depend on visitors. For those who do come, the crisis can overshadow the city's charms, shrinking their experience and fueling negative reviews. Local businesses face daily challenges, cleaning up, handling crises, and coping with lost customers. Some beloved shops have closed, eroding the city's unique character. The cycle is vicious. Less tourism means less revenue for services, making solutions harder to fund. The city's economic health is tied to solving this crisis. The fate of businesses and the unhoused are deeply intertwined. The impact isn't just financial, it's about Portland's identity and future. To save what makes the city special, the crisis must be addressed. The stakes are high for everyone, and the time to act is now. Portland's response has been earnest but overwhelmed. Sanctioned camping sites offer safer alternatives, but spots are few and demand is massive. The Joint Office of Homeless Services funds shelters, outreach, and rent assistance, but resources are stretched thin. Outreach teams work daily, but the need far exceeds what they can provide. Encampment sweeps, clearing tents from public spaces, spark fierce debate. Supporters cite public health, critics call them cruel and counterproductive. Sweeps scatter people, destroy property, and make outreach harder. The city is investing in permanent supportive housing, but construction is slow and the crisis is urgent. Hundreds of new units are coming, but not fast enough. The city is caught between managing a daily emergency and building long-term solutions. Progress is real, but the scale of the problem is daunting. The challenge, balancing compassion, safety, and effectiveness. The work is far from done. Where official systems struggle, grassroots groups step in. Organizations like Blanchette House and Rose Haven offer meals, showers, and dignity. Volunteers and donations keep these lifelines running, providing stability and human connection. Mobile outreach teams like Portland Street Medicine bring care directly to encampments. Mutual aid groups deliver food, water, and supplies, working in solidarity with the unhoused. Faith communities open doors for shelter and meals, building relationships and offering support. Everyday Portlanders pitch in, buying coffee, handing out sandwiches, leaving water for those in need. These acts aren't grand solutions, but they matter. They push back against indifference and affirm shared humanity. The grassroots network is nimble, compassionate, and essential. It fills gaps that larger systems can't. In Portland, community care is everywhere, quiet, persistent, and powerful. Even in crisis, the city's spirit endures. Visiting Portland now means traveling with awareness and empathy. Be smart, stick to well-lit areas, keep valuables secure, and trust your instincts. If you feel unsafe, walk away calmly, no need for confrontation. Respect the humanity of everyone you encounter. Don't take photos of people or encampments without permission. A nod or hello can counter the invisibility many feel. Giving money is a personal choice. Donating to local organizations is another way to help. Support small businesses. They're the heart of Portland and need your patronage. Your spending helps keep neighborhoods vibrant and funds solutions. Learn about local organizations before or during your trip. Even a small donation can make a difference. By supporting those on the ground, you become part of the solution. Travel here isn't just about seeing sights. It's about engaging with the city's reality. You can be an informed, helpful visitor. It's easy to see the tents and headlines and think Portland is broken, but that misses the city's fierce, stubborn spirit. Portland faces its problems openly, not because it's failed, but because it still cares. New supportive housing is rising, funded by public bonds, a sign of commitment to real solutions. Grassroots volunteers show up daily with food and water, and compassion. Policy debates, though contentious, prove people are fighting for the city's future. Portland hasn't given up, it's transforming. The city's beauty remains: Forest Park, Pittock Mansion, innovative food, and vibrant neighborhoods. To visit now is to see the city in full, its challenges, and its resilience. You can be part of its persistent bloom by supporting local businesses and engaging with compassion. The Rose City has thorns, but the roses are still there, vibrant, determined, and beautiful. Even after the hardest winters, new growth is possible, and hope, like the roses, persists.